Kentucky. Never missed a game.
Very solid collegiate career.
And of course, there's a lane violation. So he'll get another one. See everybody step in?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Bokey was in there 5 minutes.
Paul Williams circles. Ball taken away by McGrady. Hayes. Andrew Bogut running.
A very good guy at the basket.
Alston with a miss. God's a reach. Taps it down. Inadvertently to Chuck Hayes.
Feel the respect for each other. 80-77. Weston at the feet of Hayes. Found the open man, Juwan Howard. Good ball movement.
It really was. And
Keith Bogans and Yao Ming as David gets a rest. Bogans had 18 points in that game in L.A. Nice play to Hayes, and how did he get that up and in?
yeah, right. Near steal from behind. McGrady goes to the hoop, lays it up. No, but the tip is good by Chuck Hayes.
Clock down to 5, and Jake Sakalidis sets an offensive foul.
Where his only option is to run over. You'll see right here that's got to be a crisper pass to give Jake the ball earlier to where he can stop. But an 18-foot jumper gets all those knees and ankle problems away. That's the cure you need.
Loose ball foul. Shot clock at 8. Warwick against Hayes. 4 for Hakeem, 4 for Strohmeyer. Hayes scores it and is fouled.
Ball to the basket when Yao was in. Now all of a sudden he goes out and we relax. We give up 2 offensive rebounds and 2 drives right to the rim. Nice play by Snyder. Good dish. Chuck Hayes is a strong player. If you're going to foul him, but that's a fib. It just isn't the case. But he's very productive. Covers a lot of space. And he's just what the...
Yao. Hayes missed and then tipped. And Chuck Hayes gets a screen from Roberts. And Lawrence commits the offensive foul. Boy, Chuck Hayes is doing everything right for Houston right now.
6, and you couldn't say it better. It's not a bad call. Lowered his shoulder.
In fact, field goals made, field goals attempted, exactly the same. Lawrence Roberts has it stripped.
Wouldn't you know it? 35 seconds now as a missed shot by Juwan and tipped up and in by Hayes. Going down the stretch, I said, well, don't talk to me about that. So both of these teams have struggled a little bit. Down to Chuck Hayes inside. What a game Chuck Hayes is. There it is. T-Mac. No double. There's the double team. He picked up his dribble. Back to Hayes. Hayes jumps it up and in. Chuck Hayes continues with season and career highs. Back to Heinrich. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 4. Blocked by Hayes, and he calls a timeout.
Court awareness. Watch Chuck Hayes, number 44 for the Rockets. Great block. Gets his hand on the ball. Calls timeout. That is huge. What other rookie is going to have the sense?
Taking it down low to Williams. Takes it inside, and Chuck Hayes.
Little hits and just get along.
Ridnour trying to stay with John Lucas. Turns the corner. John again with a teardrop. This time it's short, and it put back by Houston. Watch everybody jump in the lane here.
Lane violation. We knew he was good for at least one lane violation. We knew that.
Yeah. It's just like the old Globetrotter trick. Remember? Got the ball on a string. Look at everybody jump in.
1 points in the first 2 games. Bonzi Wells comes up short. Loose ball. Squirts away. Terry scoops it up. Knocked away by Chuck Hayes. Great tenacity by Hayes. Wells gives it up. Antonio uniform now. Barbosa chosen 28th right in front of Josh Howard. That is one of the great drives. 2003. Howard. Juwan Howard.
Jason Kidd and Tracy McGrady going at it up front.
Hey, look at Chuck Hayes.
Get in, kicks it back out. Good ball movement. When Dial's in there, the ball really moves around. Off it comes out of Bell. Bell with a floater. Tough shot. Not going to count it. They're going to call an offensive foul.
It takes the contact. Good defense, and that's why this is one of the top
For Chuck Hayes, gonna go inside. He's starting his 27th game. Bad looking shot. The ball comes off to him though, and he ends up finishing and scoring the basket. 14-12. Inside it goes to Amari. Ball deflected out. Back they come the other way. Amari tried to go up, and all of a sudden the ball was stripped. Here's Rafer Alston, his second year with the Houston Rockets. Played 1 year at Fresno State. Inside, good ball movement, and we are tied.
Yao was injured. He started scoring, but now that he knows that Yao's back, he realized that for them.
Started early in the year, then they made some changes, and they brought him back as a starter. He backs in on Diao, muscles up a left-hand shot, gets his own rebound. He used Yao Ming as a shield.
Chuck Hayes. Inside on Brand. Oh, what was that he threw up there?
Chuck last year while with the Phoenix Suns, the Clippers picked him up on the free agent market.
Chuck Hayes. What was that?
Big way.
Here's McGrady. Lasers it inside to Hayes with a quick fake for two.
Well, how about the passing we've seen McGrady here?
And O'Neal into Yao. And they had Hayes in there. 5 back out there. Alston and Yao out there for Houston. There's McGrady, Battier, and Hayes. That's
Snyder on the baseline. Tipped up by Hayes. Another hustle play.
Sweet dish from Chuck Hayes.
Great pass behind the back. Check out this. What a pass.
Well, this is just great teamwork, and Hayes behind the back to the cutter, and just gorgeous